is going to happen with Monique on the next season of Real Housewives of Potomac? Should she be fired? Should she be demoted to friend of the show? A lot of questions and not that many answers. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. We got a Merry Christmas Eve conversation happening today. I want to talk about what should happen with Monique on Real Housewives of Potomac. There's been a lot of speculation and a lot of conversation about what is going to be the fate with Monique. We've seen this storyline before with a castmate not returning or them being demoted on the next season. And a lot of folks are asking, like, should Monique even come back, and like, what's going on, and da-da-da-da. And everybody's been comparing this to Kenya and Portia. Kenya, got popped by Portia, whatever, it's like a drag, she fell down. Kenya kept saying, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're gone, you're gone. Portia seemed to be very remorseful about it. She felt bad, she cried after that. And then, the next season, she was kind of apologetic about it. She was being as remorseful as possible. And now we have a similar situation where, somebody got their wig snatched, the community popping. And now you have the person who did it not being as remorseful, hasn't shown any remorse. And I honestly don't think that Monique should be remorseful. I don't think she should. I think she's been, dealing with how Candiace has been over the last whatever. Candiace has been provoking her. And what's funny about all of this is Monique actually predicted this the first season that she was on.
Really like this Candiace girl. But when she talking, she do all of this and she be like, might hit you and might have to hit her back.
You might have to pop her back. We get it, Monique. Candiace has fired an ultimatum. She's basically saying that if Monique returns to the next season, she will not be filming. She will not be doing anything. She does not want to do anything with Monique at all. And honestly, a lot of folks are on, Candiace's side as far as the show. As far as the show, Giselle and them, you can kind of tell Giselle, Wendy as well. Giselle, who else? I think Robin, Robin as well. Robin, Giselle, and Wendy are just like, they don't want her to come back. But on the other hand, you have Karen, who's just like, she should be able to come back from what I'm getting, the energy that I'm getting from. She hasn't said anything to my knowledge as of now, because we haven't seen part 3 of the reunion. And I don't think Ashley has a problem with her either. Now, the people on social media, everybody else watching the show, overwhelmingly, there are a lot of folks who do not want Candiace to return. I'm gonna be honest. The folks who do not like Monique, y'all are very slim. Like, I have noticed, I've noticed in conversation, not even just in my own little bubble, but outside the bubble, people are not feeling Candiace at all. They don't want her to return. And when I went through the tweet of folks asking, there were a lot of folks who were saying, bye Candiace, bye Candiace, bye Candiace, bye Candiace, bye Candiace. So Bravo is in an awkward position because they have to play the politic of, we have to, the person who was fighting, we have to kind of, give them a little tap on the hand like, hey girl, we have to move like that to make us seem like we are a company that does not play those type of things. But what's funny about that, we know that they really don't care, because if Bravo really didn't care about fights and they really didn't want to see any of that, they wouldn't have been airing that throughout the whole show, the whole season. But at the end of the day, it's profits. As much as Bravo don't want to admit it, it's about profits at the end of the day. A lot of us stayed tuned to this season because of that whole situation, the whole ordeal. Like, it's just enough for us. Like, it's just like a fine line of it. So a lot of us, don't necessarily have no problem. We don't want to see constant fight. We don't want to see no Jerry Springer, but people still watch Jerry Springer. But we don't want to see them constant fight like that. But I do feel like that Monique was provoked. I do think that Candiace provoked her several times, and I think she was enticing her during that situation. So those are my thoughts. Now, what should happen? Because you have Monique on one side, it's just like she hasn't shown any remorse. Does not mean that she doesn't feel remorseful or whatever. I think that Monique had been dealing with a lot with everybody, like a lot with Candiace, the whole situation with the child possibly not being, belonging to Chris and all that. I think Candiace was playing a little bit of part of that. I think Candiace and the light skin gang were a part of that. I feel like that y'all were doing some underhanded stuff to Monique and some stuff that we didn't see. And we saw it. We even had Candiace kind of admit that there was a plot to talk about this storyline with Chris not being the father of one of the children. So you can tell the energy that Chris was giving in the sneak peek of the reunion, part 3, that he ain't here for the small talk with Andy. He ain't here for the small talk. He like, girl, I don't give a damn about no basketball reunion game or whatever, or I want to talk about the stuff that y'all said that this ain't my child. That's the conversation. I'm like, all right, Chris, all right. So I think that if Bravo was smart, they would let Monique come back. I'm going to tell y'all this, girl. Candiace needs this show. She needs this show. She is not finna walk away. And I'm just like, somebody has gotten Candiace's head. Somebody has told her that she needs to do this. Candiace, you are not Candy. That was a totally different situation. Candy had enough clout to be able to pull and say, girl, I'm not filming. I ain't doing nothing. And considering the stuff that happened to Candy, that was completely wrong. This is a whole nother thing. This is a whole nother thing, girl. Like, y'all both were doing a lot. Like, you just so happened to lose or whatever. It wasn't even a real fight. So if Portia can come back after that or whatever, most certainly Monique can come back. If Portia can come back and redeem herself, because I see this, and I think this is probably why Portia and Monique are cool, because they are about the same almost. I think that Monique has the ability to be able to bring something to Real Housewives of Potomac, like in the future. I feel like that she is a winner. I feel like that, you know, of course she's gonna have to feel some type of something next season or whatever. Y'all got to demote her, maybe possibly giving her the friend of the show. But to get rid of Monique, it would be a loss for y'all. It would be a loss for Bravo, to be honest. To be honest, if it was not for this situation, there would not be anything to talk about. So I would like to see Monique grow from this. I would like to see eventually, because Monique is a strong, she's strong about how she feels. I don't want to necessarily call her a strong black woman, because she shouldn't have to pull up with no bull crap or whatever. But I feel like that Monique is different. Monique she's a black woman that does not have to kind of kiss Andy's ass to be on this show. She already made mention and said something about, you know, Chris is good. Like, his checks are good. Like, this money I get from her is not that. Andy is not here. Like, Andy is just not here for stuff like that. Like, you can just tell in the tone. He was like, well, he's not making the same amount. And after speaking to one of my close friends, whose husband is a retired NFL player, he good. Like, when they retire and all that, they are good. Chris' portfolios, I believe, are good. I believe Chris is just as coined up, if not more, than he was when he was playing. And honestly, Andy ain't never dealt with no black housewife that's not kissing his ass to be on this show. So I feel like deep down in my spirit, I do feel like that Andy does have some animosity to Monique, because if we talk about income-wise and money-wise, Monique is the same with Andy. And Andy's been in this position long enough that lots of these housewives probably do kiss his ass, and he loves that. He's a gay white man. Of course he loves women kissing his ass and stuff and bowing down to him. He feels in some position of power on this show. Now, this is all my thought process and stuff, but I don't think it would be smart to let Monique go. I do think that it probably would be smart to let Candiace go, to be honest. If you look at social media, you look how people are responding to it, a lot of folks are not here for Candiace. A lot of people don't like Candiace. They have not. Like, I was rooting for Candiace last season, and I kind of felt bad for her a little bit. But as the season progressed and stuff, and I saw stuff, I just was not here for her. I was not here for it. Now, while we're talking about who should be let go and who should not be coming back this season, honestly, there's only one person who should not return this next season, and that needs to be Michael Darby. Michael Darby is a creep, and I completely agree with Candiace when she said that. Michael has done a couple of things to disrespect the women on the show multiple times, and he has sexually assaulted 2 producers on the show. 2 producers. And Bravo has not reprimanded him for any of that. He grabbed, y'all said on the thing, we was watching it, that y'all said, and out your own mouth, you said that the producer did not consent to Michael grabbing his ass. So if you're talking about this and what y'all stand for, you should be standing for, you know, not tolerating no man sexually assaulting somebody on this show who is a husband on this couch. And I feel like the only reason why y'all haven't done that is because he's a white man. Because I guarantee you, had that been a black man and he would have touched a female producer or a male producer, y'all would have fired him and the wife. Honestly. So it's giving white privilege for me. It's giving that to me, sis. That's what I'm feeling, because anybody else would have got fired. They would have been let go. And to see that Michael is still on here, and then Ashley's steady. Like, I like Ashley sometimes, but I am never here for no black woman out here trying to protect no white man and speaking up for them. And that girl, I'm just not here for that at all. And Ashley, your man is wrong. Your man is wrong. And Chris, when Chris was out here getting you together a little bit, Candiace's husband was getting you together about that whole situation, I respect it. I seen a sneak peek. Chris was speaking to Ashley and saying that your husband is disrespectful. I'm not going to let anybody talk to my wife like that. Michael was talking to them aggressively. He was talking to them too much. It was way too much. He was doing way too much. And I don't blame Chris for bucking up. White on white crime. I'm always here for it. Take each other out. Period. Okay? But Ashley, to see Ashley there talking about, when y'all listen here do this and that, it's a whole different thing. And we have to understand power dynamics. Should no man be talking to no woman like that, period. And should no damn sure no white man be talking to no black woman like that. I don't give a damn how much I don't like Candiace. I would never sit here let no white man talk to her like that, not even including her own husband, period. That is the only person who should be fired. So I don't know how y'all do that, how y'all fire Michael or reprimand Michael without Ashley to hurting. So if you can't do that and it's too tough for y'all, you shouldn't be trying to get Monique out of here. That's just how I feel about that. Monique is good. She's a good person. I don't think just because she ain't kissing ass and be like, oh, woe is me, don't mean that she don't feel bad for what she did. She do feel bad. But she don't feel lesser than. Like, it's a thing when folks apologize. Folks be wanting to feel like bring themselves all the way down. And I think that's what I'm getting from Candiace. Like, Candiace wants to bring Monique down at any means necessary. And she is the same, that's the same energy with Kenya. The same exact energy. Like, you have this person that does not like to see somebody else at the top doing. Candiace, you need this job. You ain't got no other income coming in. You ain't in the Obama White House. At no press, you ain't doing no work, girl. You ain't doing no work. Jack and Jill ain't helping you get off no hill, sis. You ain't got no extra coin. Your song, your singles ain't selling. You need to show. So for the nerve of you to be talking about some ultimatums, girl, you got some nerve, girl. And I would like to see if your bark is louder than your bite, because baby, girl, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So bravo. Keep Monique for next season. Maybe downgrade her to probably friend of the show, whatever, to let us know, like, hey girl, this was, and let her redeem herself. See how she does next season, whatever. She don't perform well, people don't like her, get rid of her. But to get rid of her completely would be a loss on y'all. So y'all better play it smart. Ain't nobody messing with Candiace. Ain't nobody, y'all came to start filming really because we still in the middle of COVID. So ain't nobody, Candiace just got her house. Girl, ain't nobody coming on her house no way and tasting her white man cooking them dry ass water burgers and shit. Like, I done got pissed off now. Candiace, she'll be fine. She will be fine. If Candiace wants to walk, she can walk. Let her ass walk. Let her do a boycott Bravo just like Nene Leakes over there. That's all I got. I know some of y'all probably pressed because some of y'all stand for Candiace, which I don't understand. But I have spoken, and that is the word, and that's all I care about. Let me know what you feel about it in the comments. Y'all have a happy holiday. Enjoy y'all Christmas, and I'll talk y'all later on tonight.